Hey John, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. So yeah, I see that we have some knives here. I thought we were going to talk about guns. Can you tell me what's up with these knives?
So today we're going to look at two pretty neat pieces. These are each examples of the W31 Paramarine knife.
Okay.
So these were issued to Marine paratroopers starting in 1942, and it was more a tool than a weapon. It was mainly intended for cutting shroud lines. You know, say if you got caught in a tree on your way down, you could take the knife out real quick and it was real sharp, slice through your shroud lines and get yourself to the ground. Now, it was also used as a fighting knife, but really its main intent was just as a tool.
So you'd probably obviously keep it somewhere close on the chest just in case, because if you can't really assess, okay.
If you're wearing a chute harness, you've got all your gear and stuff under that. You can't really access, say, your bayonet or your fighting knife or anything like that. So yeah, you'd want to have that someplace pretty close that you could get to it quickly if you were hung up in a tree.
Yeah.
It also has, the hole through the hilt there.
I was going to say, wouldn't it have like different modifications if it was more of a tool?
Exactly. So you got that hole there. It's basically so you can dummy cord it to yourself. So if you're up in a tree and you drop it, it doesn't fall all the way to the ground. So neat little tool here. These two have some pretty incredible provenance. This one here was carried by Lieutenant Robert Simpson, who was the Battalion S2 for the 1st Parachute Battalion. He was actually wounded on Guadalcanal while carrying this. He got hit by shrapnel and had to be medevaced out. But he carried this through his time on Guadalcanal and throughout the rest of the war. So the other knife there is even more interesting. That was carried by Staff Sergeant Merritt Binns. And Binns started off with the 1st Paramarine, or most very early on with the Paramarines. He became a parachute instructor and then served with the test detachment at Quantico, testing out new parachutes and things like that. And at some point in 1943-44, the Office of Strategic Services came along and asked for volunteers who were parachute qualified to parachute into Europe. So Binns actually was one of the few Marines who saw combat in Europe during World War II, and he parachuted in with none other than Pete Ortiz, the famous OSS Marine. So he was one of just a handful of Marines who saw combat there, and of course he carried this knife during the campaign. Now,
did the Marine Corps keep this variation of the knife after World War II?
Pretty much, they were phased out by the end of World War II. The Army had a different version. They called it the M2, and it was actually a switchblade, and it fit right in their jump jacket in a little pocket right here. And that was a little easier to get to and carry. So by the end of World War II, the M2 had really become an Army-Navy standard.
Oh wow! Okay, alrighty.
Yeah.
I do appreciate it, John.
So
thank you.
Piece and good piece of history.
Thank you.